All right, the Steelers, always busy. It's a 365-a-year process now for the NFL. They know how to market. They know how to schedule things so that we're always talking about them. And this week, it was about the fifth-year option. Devin Bush had that opportunity. The Steelers said no. Jeff, were you surprised they said no?
No.
All they've invested in him.
No, and we said it last week, and I said no last week. No, I'm not surprised. I think they want him to prove it, that he is that guy, and I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
I thought what Kevin Colbert said with us about how there's two Devins was probably the most stark.
Do you believe that? ACL changed him?
Well, I do, but I just didn't expect I guess now that he's the outgoing GM, he feels like he can say those things, you know, because I thought that was a very honest assessment. And it was really, I think, an admission that they don't know, Josh, if he's ever going to get back to being the guy he was before the injury.
That was some serious candor. And now they're in a situation where if he does have a good 22 season, he might price himself out.
He might not want to even come back.
He might not. I understand why they didn't, certainly. You called it. I was wrong last week. I admit when I'm wrong. But
I don't.
It's going to be – I always had the feeling this Tomlin really wanted this guy. You know, they moved up to get him. He always speaks so glowingly of him. And I know Mike Tomlin has an awful lot of power in that organization. Just because of that, I was surprised.
I guess I don't have the belief that we're going to see this superstar linebacker.
That's the question.
Yeah,
I don't see
He's
it.
never looked
betting
like it.
against
Bob, don't
that,
you think it's a little bit weird that they're learning the hard way that maybe the ACL is not a routine surgery? Banner didn't come back from it.
Banner didn't come back, right.
And Devin Bush didn't. And yet they're saying all these things about George Pickens. George Pickens barely played last year, and they're convinced, well, before the ACL injury, he was the #1 wide receiver. Yeah, but he's post-ACL, and he only played, what, like 13 catches last year?
Came back strong, though, and he played.
Had some big catches.
Yeah, big ones in big games.
But
you're right. How do you know for sure based on that? So.
And they got burnt by it, is my point, with these other guys.
Yeah.
although he's had more time. So that happened in, what, March of last year? So now he's going to have 16,
But I just think it's
months.
interesting they're convinced Pickens is going to bounce back, and they're not with Bush. Because if they were convinced, then they would have just given him the
I thought they were too, Josh.
Is ACL a Steelers excuse?
Maybe there's a part of them that realizes this guy's not quite the player we thought he was.
That's
I still
also
remember my colleague, Mark Cabali, the day he met Devin Bush. I was on the phone with him, and he said, man, is he small. He said he just doesn't look like a linebacker, and we've seen that a lot. That has nothing to do
Now
with an
he's
ACL.
shying away from contact. I know the injury is the injury, but so you got to deal with that. When we come back, we'll deal with the quarterback situation. Who will be the starter in week number 1? You have 3 options here, really. We'll talk about it next, right here on KDKA.